Virgil Goode of the Constitution Party, your response. You have less than 2 minutes.
Thank you. We need to totally end illegal immigration, rewarding persons who come here with jobs, which the question I asked about is the wrong way to do it. If you are in this country illegally stealing a job from an American citizen, I'm going to do all I can to put an American citizen in that job and not somebody that has crossed our border, come into the country, and violated our laws. Jobs in America should be for U.S. citizens first. And unlike Obama and Romney clarified what he said about the Arizona legislation. He was only saying that E-Verify was a model for the country. I say the whole bill in Arizona was a model for the country, and if I'm elected president, my Attorney General is going to be supporting Arizona. We will also be supporting Alabama. We're going to stop illegal immigration and stop the coddling and catering that is exhibited by the Obama administration and that will be followed through by Romney. I am the only candidate that will not be in favor of attaching a green card to a foreign student's graduation diploma. We need to have U.S. citizens first in our American institutions. I've got stacks of recommendations and requests for students in high school level to go to colleges that have been rejected and replaced with foreign students. We need to preserve U.S. college admissions for U.S. citizens first instead of trying to bring in everyone from every country around the world. It's time for a president to put citizenship first, and I will.
Rocky Anderson of the Justice Party.
We need to recognize that for decades, our government and the corporate sector have acted in collusion, giving the wink and the nod to millions of people to come into this country without legal documentation so that they could fill jobs in certain sectors of our economy. And most of the people, the vast majority, have been hardworking people with great family values, contributing to their communities, investing in their communities, paying taxes, paying towards Social Security that they'll never take out of the system. And we owe it to everyone involved never to make these people live in the shadows any longer. We need a compassionate approach, a reasonable approach, not one that calls for the deportation of 12 to 14 million people or to criminalize what they're doing. Those who have lived here legally, other than under the immigration laws, need to be given a pathway toward permanent residency and ultimately citizenship. And then we need to make sure that our practices conform to our laws and our laws conform to our practices. This is the only way that we can move forward. President Obama promised 4 years ago major reform of our immigration laws. He's failed to do that. Instead, he's deported more people than any other president in a 4-year period.
Dr. Jill Stein, less than 2 minutes of the Green Party.
So first, let's be clear that our jobs took a nosedive because Wall Street crashed the economy, because of Wall Street waste, fraud, and abuse, and our jobs went overseas due to NAFTA and other free trade agreements, which Barack Obama has expanded. So, in fact, you know, it's not immigrants that have caused problems in our economy. It's rather this predatory economic policies fostered by an economic and political elite. In fact, immigrants did not come to this country lured by jobs. The spike in undocumented immigrants occurred, massively spiked, after NAFTA basically put millions of small farmers out of business, and people were forced to migrate here as economic refugees in order to feed their families. So we actually want to provide a welcoming and legal path to the immigrants who have always been the backbone of our economy, the backbone of the diversity that makes this country great. And while the president took a very small step forward. This is a very inadequate step to simply provide 2-year worker permits to the Dreamers, and basically they run into a brick wall at age 30. We need to actually provide a welcoming path and legal path to citizenship for the undocumented Americans who are critical parts of our economy and of our communities.